Hello everyone, I am back. I am back. The storm seems over, so we're going to try to finish these 3 matches. Alright, so we want a dice roll. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun this beatus. I think this hand's good enough, but I don't like it. Hmm. More of a chance for me to draw an untapped land, I guess? Well, guess if I have to have any of these, I would rather have this one. It's a bad sign. We have a very slow draw. They don't. Ha! I take it all back. Hell is that goddamn great sign. Excuse my language. I shouldn't have said that. Yes! Well, we will discard you. And we will discard you. MTG bot did not tell us how well our opponent was doing. Hello, coolest cat, Mr. Koraru. How are you? Well then, I think it's better to be able to mill myself for a potential 4 than it is to play the God-Pharaoh gift this turn. Hmm. Let's start with this thing. And I guess we'll take the Mausoleum Guide? Wanderer? No, we want to take the Thraben in this spot. And this game's going to be interesting. It'll be probably come down to whether I find a Gearhulk or not, and when I find said Gearhulk. She showed us. Okay, so we're going to mill ourselves. See how good a card we find. Ooh, we found another Champion of Wits. That's always nice. I'm going to play this thing. We're going to refurbish this thing. Well, I tapped mana poorly, obviously. White, colorless. We're going to get the Champion of Wits so we can get more things in our graveyard. Yes. So what do we want to discard? I guess we want to discard this and this, because those are what we're going to be bringing back next turn. Just attack with this guy. And I can't play another land, so that's fine. Hello, Mac the cata, catastrophe. Yeah, figured it out. English. Yeah, English. Let's go, let's go. English. I'm a little bit illiterate, I apologize. Wee bit illiterate. Wee bit illiterate. I'm just gonna buy back the Gearhulk this turn. Yeah, I'm definitely just buying back the Gearhulk this turn. So I can give up the clue? Or do I want to draw a card? Forever, I don't want to feel you. I believe I'm fine giving up the clue. We are going to mill ourselves, though. And I'm going to keep these two. Yes. I guess my internet's lagging, or he's taking a while. I'm not sure which. Get to kill a bunch of things here, though. So, we'll do the attacky thingy. Assuming this gets counterspelled. Assuming there's a spell queller in the future. Could have played around Metallic Mimic, but yeah. We assumed that was happening. There's another Gearhulk in our graveyard anyway. If we feel like we need to go that route, depending on how many cards are in his hand. Untap, upkeep, draw. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can just play another 4/4. Alright. Once more into the breach, dear friends. Assuming he has more spell quellers. If he has more spell quellers, I probably just want to get another Gearhulk. So he saves that, and gets the Gearhulk. Probably fine with that, I guess, then. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Oh, it's gonna kill a bunch of his things again. Keep this guy and this guy. Attack with this guy. Stasis snare, that's fine. Play this thing. And buy this thing back. Yes, we want a mill. Well, that's good. Just gonna mill this one and this one. So he's got 3 cards in hand. One of them could be another. We have a lot of good things here. Actually, don't like how I played this turn. I should have discarded the champion of wits. This was very bad of me. Yeah, yeah, it is. So I played that pretty poorly. So I'm going to lead with. Yeah, I played that so bad, man. Wow, I played that bad. This should be in my graveyard if I was playing good. Anyway, so let's start with this. The spells are probably for the Gearhulk deck. This guy probably wasn't thinking about the mirror at all. So, this is my life song. So he's got a rebuke. That's fine. Do we want to pay 3? We can pay 3. Paying 3 seems better than using that. Wait. If I pay 3, I can't cast this. So I guess we're going to say no. We're going to play our land and a refurbish on this. And then we're going to play this. And then we're going to grab Angel of Inventions. 1/1 counters and Mausoleum Guard. And we're going to at least attack with this. We're not going to attack with this one, I don't think. We're just going to leave it back for a blocker. But yeah, I played that very bad. If I played right, I should have discarded this last turn. I had a potential to get all 3 things going. So he's got another Cloud Blazer, which is just great for him. I have a lot of ways to mill myself on the following turn, though, so hopefully we'll hit some Angels of Invention. Let's see what happens. Well, let's start with this. Yes. There's one Angel of Invention. Alright, he's done when we got the second Angel. I don't know if he should have scooped there. I'm down to 16 cards. If he gets a Westville heavy, he might be able to make it a mill type thing. The big problem with this deck, I think, is going to be that people are just going to bring in, like, the black decks are going to run Dispossess again. All of the decks that don't care about their graveyards are going to run this. All of the all of the colorless decks are gonna like take out their like Dune or whatever and put in the scavenging thing. I mean, that's what I'm afraid of the most. So I'm gonna cut these strategic guys because I don't think I need to spend that amount of time. I kind of want this too, but I don't know what to cut for it. Just a nice little way to gain life if my combos and stuff aren't working. And maybe I don't need these at all. Well, actually, I take that back. I do want these. He could just have a lot faster draw than us on the play, I think. We can remove one God's Gift. Man, cutting a God's Gift just seems poor. Yeah, I'm fine with cutting a God's Gift. This hand looks weak, but I think it's above a mulligan. You can try like Champion of Wits and stuff and it'd be real good. Speak of the devil. The little Champion of Wits that could. Well, that was good. Mausoleum Wanderer can block that thing. That's kind of cool. It could be bad. I'm not exactly sure. Just seemed like he's going to be able to be the aggressor. And being able to just gain a little life seemed like it was going to be good. Easily trade that for that. He's going to have some kind of spell queller this turn, so I guess I offer him my worst card of the two. This is the one that I care about getting counterspelled the least. I'd much rather Champions Resolve. Champions, please. Metallic Rebuke. Don't want to pay. No. Games like this are kind of like why I wanted to Limvala. I thought it was going to kind of be easy to get to Limvala, but hard to do our other stuff. So Gear Hulk would just be a great draw. That's not a Gear Hulk. Now he's getting closer to Westville Abbey. Maybe the Wanderers aren't good. He's pretty far ahead right now, though. Down to 7. Well. Let's see what kind of counter spells he has. He'll keep his Queller. I guess I'll keep my Wanderer to block. What do we got here? Monument. And now he gets to go off. Oh, Lord. Well, I don't actually have things in my graveyard, so that doesn't help a whole lot. He's got another Spell Queller. Well, unfortunate. I'm going to attack. If he blocks it with the Maul, I get to kill 2 of his things and gain a life. Pretty bad shape right now, though. Yep, so he can Westville next turn, so I need something good this turn. Well, that may be good depending on his hand. This gives us 2 blocker for Westville if he has it. And if he had a Metallic Rebuke, we just lose. But alright, not dead. Not in great shape, but not dead. Those seem to be some of the important things. To be honest, we're getting closer even. If we draw an untap land, we can start playing more 4/4s that fly. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got 3 things in our graveyard. I don't think it's worth that then. Well, 2 pop, 2 pop. I just think it would take too much luck to hit it on one go. He's gonna negate. This sucks. I could have tried to hit 3 out of 4 of my cards with this, but that doesn't seem worth it. We hit a rebuke. Gotcha. I need the flying blockers more than anything, I think. He had to rebuke, though, so he would have got that counterspell any turn that he wanted it. What I really need to draw is another Gear Hulk. Another Gear Hulk's what we really need. Oh, and a Gideon. Uh-oh. Yep, need a Gear Hulk, friends. Well, that's not a Gear Hulk, so I guess I have to try to get lucky now. I am way the heck dead on board. Way the heck dead on board, so I have to try to get lucky, I think. Casting Champion doesn't do anything. Gives me a 4th blocker. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he can just attack with the rest. Okay, I'm willing to try to get lucky, I think. I'm really far behind, so. Don't have enough mana if I cycle and do it all. Did I hit? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did not hit. So I guess that's game. Cycle and look for a deck now. If I cycled, I didn't have enough mana to play both, or I didn't have enough mana to use both of these. Which I was playing to get lucky there because I'm dead. I had to hit. So like I could have cycled and tried to hit a Gear Hulk, but at the time a Gear Hulk would be a 1 in 22% chance to hit. Or I could have spent one of these and left mana up to activate this. I didn't have enough mana to do it all. So it's just what's better odds, hitting 3 creatures on this or hitting the Gear Hulk. And I don't think the gear hook was a good odds. Yep. Wait, we're not dead with this attack. Well, that's just terrible. So we don't die with this attack and we still have a chance? So if we draw a declaration in stone, we're probably in actually decent shape. Well, that's not a declaration in stone, but what do we got going on now? Well, I don't have anything in my graveyard that I can hit that matters. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was a mistake. I should have blocked this guy here and my token on this. I should have put this in my graveyard this turn. That was a mistake by me. I had a refurbish. So I was just hoping to hit things. I'm still not dead. I am certainly in worse shape now. Well, and I didn't hit an untapped land, so now I'm dead. Alright. I guess I'm not dead. Man, this deck is complicated. Oops. Untap. Come on, untap deck. Well, whatever. Yes. Get you. Have to get this thing. And I have to keep this and this, I think. So he's got a removal spell, we're dead, but if not, we still survive yet another turn. Any removal spell, we're definitely dead. That's not a removal spell. That's a removal spell. Well, that's nice, opponent. You could have just killed us instead of making us waste time. Yeah, they get out of the gates pretty quick. I guess we'll bring in the other deck and stone then. Kind of want that in too. Valo's probably less good on the draw. Thinking these Mausoleum Wanderers aren't particularly good either. We'll try this. Opponent drew like 5 counter spells that game. I think he drew double Queller, double Rebuke, maybe he just drew 4. But he drew the 3rd Queller. Alright, fine, I'll leave the Limval in. Thank you, bunch of people who just followed. You guys are breaking my phone with follows and that. The bots are out in force on the weekends. I think we had a pretty reasonable chance of winning that game had we got through that turn. Jesus Christ, there's a lot. 37 new follows? We'll play first. His hand seems fine. Keep. It's a little slow, but whatever. We got to draw this thing, which is good. Hey, Dumbo. Storm's over, so we log back on. Well, I believe I want the lands because of the Gear Hulk, so I'm going to dump the Linvala and one land. Yeah, drop the Linvala and one land. Probably should have kept the island over the plains, though. So he's going to have a counterspell this turn? If he's counterspelling one of them, I guess I would rather him counterspell the champion. Ripland. So opponent drew all his counterspells again. Makes things a little difficult. I don't think this deck beats control decks, so when we're getting paired versus the 1,000 counterspells, I don't think we're in great shape. Or when we're getting, not paired versus, but when he's getting that draw, rather. But we'll find out. Just keep on gear hulking, friends. Yeah. You play a counterspell every turn in the game, you're probably going to beat me. He doesn't play another spell, so. Rip. Just need to draw a decking stone and be in good shape. Well, that's not a decking stone, so. Probably can't win now. People say this deck beats control decks, but I really don't understand how you beat a control deck with this. I have to make it the big one. So any removal spell still just kills me. But making 2/1/1 servos didn't do anything. Technically missed a point of damage, but I was kind of hoping he would block. Well, hello, friend. So we'll cast you. We'll cast you. We'll draw a couple cards. Do you want to draw 3 cards with Champion of Wits? Sure, I have 3 creatures in my graveyard. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can put you and you in the graveyard and play you? How am I down to like 5 minutes? I have not played slower than this guy. Sure could get lucky. This was a terrible attack. He gets a free block. It wasn't a bad attack. I wanted in the graveyard. It puts a, oh, okay. It would have put a 5th creature in the graveyard, and a 5th creature highly increased my odds of winning with the Champion of Wits. Sure. We'll put that in the graveyard. Sure. We'll put this one in the graveyard now. We can just play the Angel if need be. Sure. Gets an Angel. Technically made a play mistake here. I could have played this pre-combat and got 1 more point of lifelink. So yeah, that was a mistake too. This deck is not very easy to play, and this is the first night that we've played the deck, so we're still currently 6-2 with it though. Apologize for the very, very poor play. I'm used to playing mono red, friends. How you doing tonight, Dumbo? I've gotten over 100 followers tonight, and I'm pretty sure the vast majority of you guys are just bots and not actual people. Anyway, we locked up a minimum of a pity chest. How am I buying into all of these decks? This deck wasn't very expensive. Thank you for the host, Rockin' Rainer. This deck wasn't very expensive. It was like 40 tickets that I didn't have. We opened 60 tickets of cards on stream last night from Treasure Chest. I just sold some of them. I didn't say all bots. I said a large number of you are probably bots. I think they went up over $1 today, didn't they? I guess I should pull up the deck list. The exclamation mark deck list command works as well. What are you? Yeah, there you are. Yep, as soon as I pull it up. Anyway, let's see if we can get a little bit better than just a pity chest. See if we can win one of these next 2 matches and get us 8 chests open. That'd be sweet. No blue mana, but I'm assuming they're in the board for the ramp matches. Even without blue mana, I think this is a keep. Or even without white mana, I think this is a keep. We're on a draw. The deck actually has a good number of white sources in it. It's got 6, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, so we have a pretty decent number of drawing one. And I don't think we have to have it on turn 1. The second Champion of Wits is great. Could be the mirror. Yep, it's a mirror. Everybody's on this deck. That's the card we want to draw. Yeah, worst case, the champion. I just put 2 creatures in my graveyard. That's 2 draw steps without white. But on the following turn, we get the champion plus our draw step, so we get 3 more draw steps. It's pretty hard not to have a white mana by the 5th draw step. We played mono red last night. We went 8-2 with mono red last night. Mono red seems pretty good and it's pretty fun. I've never been asked something like that before. Wow, I made a play mistake. If I'd played Rivet, yeah, well, that's pretty bad of me. Wow, it was real bad of me, wasn't it, friends? Super bad. Wow. I don't even know what the mono red deck's worth at the moment. To ask for collateral. It's got to be worth a lot, right? It's got 3 Chandras in it. It's not a very cheap deck. Blocking doesn't seem good. He has no creatures in his graveyard. I'm closer to being able to use my God's Gift than or my Gate to the Afterlife than he is to use his Gate of the Afterlife, so why would I want to block? Yep. Really? Again, no land? That's tilt. So we have 4 creatures in our graveyard now? If I'd blocked, he would have got a scry and a life. It was just definitely right not to block. Not blocking. Well. He might just be trying to put a God's Thingy in his graveyard. Well, he's already got a God's Thingy in his graveyard, I guess. I guess I'd be willing to block now. Alright. I probably should have attacked last turn. Yeah, I think I should have attacked. Now I'm in just kind of this awkward spot where I have 2 creatures in my graveyard. If I hit 2 out of 4, we go crazy. If not, we don't. Yeah, we'll figure out based on what he does what we decide to do. Ministry's a good one. Minister. I don't know why I call it Ministry. Cycle land. Already attack though. Well, there's a Gearhulk. Gearhulk kills 2 of his guys, 3 of my guys. Which lets me be able to get a God's Gift guaranteed next turn, but I'm probably getting that next turn anyway. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we didn't get it this turn. We're ahead of him for a lot of turns this game. I like how it's where it's his action that won't even let me open his stuff. Come on, Moto. What the hell? Thank you, Moto. So he has 2 creatures, 3 creatures in now. This deck plays 3 of them. It plays 3 of them. So I really need an untapped land. I need to draw an untapped land pretty bad. If I don't draw an untapped land, I'm probably just going to refurbish my Cataclysm, which means he gets to get the first Gods, which is really, really bad for me. Actually, it'd be lethal. So how many creatures does he have now? Sacred Cat, that's new. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has 4 now. Untapped land, please? That's not an untapped land. So I'm practically just dead, I guess. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures in his graveyard, which means I can't even use the Cataclysm now. Alright. Oh. Probably just dead. I think I played this game pretty poorly. Feel like we had a draw that could win this game, and then I just didn't play right. The Sacred Cat seems weird to me. Well, be hit. We're dead on board if he sees it. I'm assuming he's going to see it. Sure. So we had 4 creatures in our graveyard to his 0, and he still beat us to getting 6 in the grave. If I refurbish the Gearhulk, it gave him 6 creatures in his graveyard, and he would have been able to get God-Pharaoh's gift and buy back this angel, and he would have kept this angel, and I would have died to the Flyers. Basically the same thing. I just had to the way if I played Gearhulk, he 100% hit. If I didn't play Gearhulk, he had to get 2 out of 3 with the inquiries. Alright, well, I guess this is a sideboard card for this match, and these are probably a sideboard card for this match as well. These Mausoleum Wanderers probably ain't great on the draw or on the play. Mardu probably crushes this deck. I gotta imagine almost everything aggressive crushes this deck. I don't think I want these in this match, but my opponent earlier sideboarded one in against me. All it does is cut like this stuff off and this stuff off, though. Nothing I really care about. Have literally 3 more followers since I said thank you last time. For anybody that cares, by the way, there's a link to my Twitter down below, and every time I go live and every time or every deck I play is posted onto Twitter. I know I'm not making a very good showing of it tonight, considering that I'm making about 1,000 play mistakes with this complicated deck, but we don't always play this bad. And we're learning. I think this hand's very good. I'm pretty sure I lost last game when I didn't play Rivulet into Rivulet, if that's how you even pronounce the card. Having my white source come into play tap because I played poorly was pretty brutal. But like I could have played a lot better and that not happen. Guess what none of these things are? None of these are lands. Well, we already have a refurbish and stuff, so. I think it was easily overlooked, but I don't think it was a tiny misplay. I think it was a pretty large misplay. I think it was an easy misplay to make, but I do think it was a pretty bad misplay in general. So an untapped land's what I would love. That's not an untapped land. Well, can't play anything else, so. Hi, my name's Crook. How are you? Hi. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of that a lot better. I've been noticing that I don't think I play with the port towns and the prairie streams very well. No, I don't. I don't think it was the mana base was poop. I think I made a misplay with the mana base. There was no reason for me to play my basic land when I know that there's port towns in my deck. I wasn't even using the lands. Like I never tapped them for mana or anything. So like I didn't save life or anything. Hmm. Maybe not over the mountain, but my sideboard has a Seagate wreckage in it, and it should probably be in over my Seagate wreckage. My Seagate wreckage is not good. It hasn't been good for me ever. Guess we want to draw. I guess we'll put one land and one refurbish in the grave, since that kind of cuts off my refurbish anyway. So he's going to exile a thing. Under strategic planning. This game's going to be kind of interesting with the double crook in play, I think. Why did he target my land? What is going on that I do not know about? Oh, take the wits. Press F6. I probably should have. That was probably a mistake. That was probably a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. I didn't need the God-Pharaoh's gift in my hand. The land was better than the God-Pharaoh's gift in my hand. I believe the land was a lot better than the gift in my hand, so. Yeah, I think that was a fairly decent mistake I made. Alright, that's a ministry. Minister. God dang it, I did it again, friends. Gate to the afterlife, so we're certainly not tapping down again. Well, let's start with this thing. Mainly when you want chump blockers, like versus mono red versus zombies, things like that. We've got the servos a fair number of times tonight. I like how because we have the Angel of Servos, by the way, we get an extra card. I don't know if other people were noticing that, but that is sweet. Um, I just don't really think I need this card. And I don't think I need the extra one of those either. Also, don't think I want to trade this for both of those, but I'm probably willing to. Oh, it's just a straight chump block? Interesting. So he gets a cycle. I don't mind if he cycles into Angel because we have the Deccan Stone. Gonna grab one of his creatures this turn. Actually, I'm not. I'm just not gonna bother. Yeah, I agree. Yes, I do. I'm a redneck. I would not acknowledge there being a difference in how you pronounce those cards. I am from Eastern Kentucky, a little place called Pike County, and we bring all the girls to the yard. If you've ever watched a lot of TV, there was a mini series with Kevin Costner and Bill Paxton called The Hatfield and McCoys. I'm about 45 minutes from that general area. Maybe 55? Yeah, I do, Hive. How you been doing? I've lurked and noticed you firing up your stream to practice Commander a few times. I got crushed in Commander today, by the way. I tried a Braille list that I do not think is very good, and I went 0-5. It's the worst I've ever did in the Commander event. Yeah, I don't think this gift deck is as broken as people make it out to be, Ace, but I do think it's pretty good. I think next week. Well, next week I have a paper tournament on Friday, so I guess I can't next week. We're currently 5-2. Wait, no, we're currently 6-2, but one of our wins was versus a mirror, so I don't really count the win versus a mirror. So 5-2, not including mirrors. I think this deck is very good versus unprepared opponents for sure. This deck's insane versus unprepared opponents. So what's he got? He's got a gear hook now. Sure. Clue. Well, that's good for us. The more this deck is known and the more people are like sideboarding properly versus it and changing some of the cards in their deck. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it a lot. It's real fun. Like, it may not be the best deck on the planet, but it is certainly a very fun deck. I have not noticed any more yet, but there's two Grand Prix going on right now. MTGO didn't post it till kind of late this evening, so there's a good chance it's just not caught on yet. You can have the scry, I don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's at 5 now. I don't think there's any reason to play the Ministries. I think one of his outs is a Gear Hulk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Making sure I'm counting right. 6. That's fine. It still doesn't do anything if he doesn't have anything in his graveyard. So he still really needs a Gear Hulk? Guess he could have Disallow. That would crush me. Oh boy, would Disallow be good. He has a Gear Hulk in yard, but I'll use this with this trigger on the stack, so I don't have to worry about that. Or if he plays Refurbish, I would use this. So he's got the Gear Hulk in hand. Oh well. Well, if I'm going to be sacking all my things, I'd rather go ahead and do this now. So that I don't mill my own things. And I'll keep this guy. Done. And now I'll go over here. So I can just cast this thing back. I think we're in pretty good shape. Draw 5 cards. Well, I don't need all these lands, so we'll discard 2 lands. That was probably a mistake. I could have kept the Prairie Stream and played the Thraben Inspector, but I don't really want to play the Thraben Inspector in case he has another one of these. Alright. That game was kind of interesting. I think I made a few smaller mistakes this game, but at least nothing as major as the game one. So you said the mono red deck was worth like 150 ticks now? What's the build that we have? We're playing this guy's build, but it's not really updated, I guess. Wow. I guess it is updated. Yeah, if you got the ticks, I don't care to loan you things, I guess. I think the sideboard plan's pretty much good how it was. Just keep going. Just go back with the same plan. I think this hand's pretty good. I have this stuff in case he doesn't have a crook, and if he does have a crook, that's fine. Rip. That card's great. I actually think it's worth playing that on turn 1. I think it's worth playing that on turn 1. Slows us down a turn on our strategic plans, but that's fine. If we draw like a port town or something, port town or an island, we don't even care about the farmland then. But I do think the inquiries is good enough to do on turn 1. So he discarded a crook. He could have put a crook in his hand, so that's probably a bad sign for me. So we'll take a refurbish, I guess. So hopefully he doesn't have a second crook. Oh, he doesn't have another land. Alright, that's a good one. Well, if he doesn't attack, I can just go ahead and mill myself. So can play you and you. We have only one creature in our graveyard, so that doesn't seem great. Or I can just play you and not you. I guess I probably don't need this game, so I'm fine with just playing this and getting the sack of clue. We get absolutely crushed. What's the best 2-drop? The best is match dependent, but overall I believe Earthshaker's the best because I think Earthshaker can go in more decks. So this is a gate to the afterlife, and he's going to be able to go crazy. He still has 2 thingies. So we'll go ahead and mill ourselves. Then we'll draw our clue and we'll press F6. We'll play this. And we'll refurbish this. We can get a Gearhulk if we want and kill one of his thingies, but that doesn't really do a whole lot, so we're going to get a Champion of Wits. Yes, we will draw 4 and discard some. I guess I'm going to discard... Oh, wow. So I'm going to discard this and this. Definitely going to discard this. Think I'm also going to discard a Champion of Wills for the following turn. Yeah, no, we're out of energy now, unfortunately. And he's only got 1 creature, 2 creatures in his graveyard, so it's probably fine to attack. We're also going to have 2 gods to his 1 unless he has something, so... The double block is odd. I'm going to kill them both, probably. So he has 1, 2, 3 creatures in his graveyard. Is all he has. Well, I'm only going to kill one of them then. Make it a little bit harder for him to get his thing. So he's only got 4 creatures in his graveyard right now. 5 creatures with that. So he's got to get another creature. Yeah, you can. It's kind of cool like that. Alright, so he'll get his other creature like this, and he'll probably get his thing going on like this. Which is fine. Now he doesn't have enough mana to crook, so we don't have to worry about that. There's some percentage chance that he doesn't have like another some percentage chance that he doesn't have like another creature, but like that's probably low. He's got 4 cards in his hand. Yep, there's a Cataclysmic Gearhulk. So we're probably getting Gearhulked, which is fun. Gearhulk, he could be getting Angel of Vengeance as well. Yeah. Well, that makes my last turn play seem pretty greedy, doesn't it? We still have another Gate to the Afterlife, so we can still get a second one. So I'm pretty sure I'm fine getting this back and then letting him Cataclysm on the following turn. Gonna play my land. So the way this works is, first we'll get this back. Yes. Then we'll discard 2 cards. We're going to discard this and this. Then we're going to get this back. We're going to put 1/1 counters on it. And we're going to see if he wants to trade his. He did not trade his. Why would you not trade yours? Not trading seems awfully weird. But we get to get a second god next turn too, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't trade. Does he have a removal spell for mine? Or is he just wanting to get... I don't know what his plan is. God-Pharaoh's Gift. Funnest card in Standard. Champion of Wits. Best card in Standards. I like how it's like... It's blanked out Naga Wizard. You, sir, are no longer a Naga Wizard. Even though it like specifically says down here it is a black zombie Naga Wizard, and it just like blacks that out. It don't give a F. So there's a Cataclysm. I assume we're all saving the same stuff. I'll save you and you. Yep, we're done. Thank you again for the bunch of follow. Jesus Lord, there's like 30 more of you. So thank you again for the majority of you follows. I'm going to snap block. So let's see what he's doing for his next turn. So he's playing an angel. The hard casting angel is not as good as the other angel. So we have 1 angel in our graveyard. He has no Cataclysm in his graveyard. What else do we have? So we could get an angel and a Fraben. That doesn't seem particularly good, so... Let's just start with the champion. Well, none of those cards do anything. I'm going to discard you and you. Going to play you to save time. Also, going to take 1 point of damage and play you. Could have played the island and not took the point of damage, but not super worried about the point of damage. He just wants to chump block here, and I'm fine with him just chump blocking. He's not showed us any decking stones either game, so... He didn't block, which blows my mind because now he can't get it back with the gift. There's a good chance that we're just going to try to millstone our opponent at some point. Alright, well, we'll tape you and you. A very good chance that that my kill condition this game is milling him for 12 cards. At some point, he's down to 20. I mean, do I just bring back that? So I'm at 16, he's at 24. I'm at 26 and he's at 24. He's got one of these in his graveyard. I have none in my graveyard. We'll get this thing back. Draw 5 cards. Down to 21. Sure. Ooh. That Declaration Stone is going to be very useful. We might actually be able to win with damage now. Yep, that's fine. I guess I kill this one. Eh. Kinda don't care if he brings this back. I think I can win with damage. Yeah, it could be. That's reasonable. Think I can beat our opponent with damage? Pretty sure I can also just beat him by milling him. I'm not sure which is the safer route. Guess it depends on what he does. So like technically we're 2 cards deeper, but we have a double, or we have 2 in Ipnu. Yeah, I'll say it's Ipnu. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to try to mill my opponent. Milling my opponent's the plan that I want to try. So he's going to refurbish a cook. Wow. Well, that kind of crushes me, doesn't it? Do I not have 6 creatures in my graveyard? I don't have 6 creatures in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm only playing the one more round, so I guess if I use the refurbish, he's likely to use this. So let's see if I can get him to do that. I'm really wanting a certain thing out of my graveyard this turn, and he might not want to blow his thing. So that's what I'm hoping here. I'm hoping that he just uses this for one card. Exile target card from a graveyard, sure. Okay. And let's see if he'll let me have the card I want. Alright, so this is the new plan. The new plan is mill my opponent. Our opponent may not know the new plan is to mill him. He doesn't have anything in his graveyard I care about right now. He's down to 4.5 minutes. He's got 22 cards. I have 4, 8, 12, 15 mil right now. Oh, that loses haste at the end of turn. Rip, I'm dumb. Well, I guess I couldn't mill him for 2 then. It has to survive somehow. Our only real ways to deal damage though are these, and I've already got 2 of those out of his deck, and I have a 3rd Declaration in Stone for the other one. So he's going to need a lot of attacks. See, didn't play anything. Let's see what's going on here. He's got the 3rd Rivulet now, which is bad for me. So he's doing the same thing I'm doing now. So I need to draw one of my crooks. Basically what needs to go on here. He's targeting himself. Wait, no, he's targeting me. Rip. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to lose haste. That was a play mistake. And he got my other blue card. So that's bad for me. Now he's got the crook. I really needed to draw a crook. I needed to draw a crook pretty bad. Hey, can I use this now? I have 6 features in my graveyard now? I have 6 features in my graveyard now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6? I don't even see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I know that now. I didn't know that then. Can I kind of mill myself for one there? He's got one of these left. Got a Champion of Wits. $12, $13, $14, $15. I'm dead. Yeah, I punted. The game's over. 4, 8, 12, 15. No, I guess The game is very much over. I lost. Yeah, I think I punted this game. I've not did the math to know whether I could have won, but I know the line I made didn't win. But yeah, I'm dead on board. He has this and 3 of these. There's nothing I can do about that. Well, there's something I can do about that. Exile target card from a graveyard? Sure. Okay. So the first card I'm going to get back is a Cataclysmic Gearhulk. His trigger's going to go in the stack. I'm going to save this guy and this guy. I'm still dead if he plays right. No, I'm not. He just needs to... all he has to do is save this and he wins. Well, I'll save you and you. He got rid of the crook, so I am dead, friends. I played a land this turn? Yes, I played a Prairie Stream. So, the guy who played with the crook won both games. My crook's... So he can spend 2, 4, pop, pop. Yep, I have no out. Might as well look at our card since we don't have an out. I think I learned. I should have started trying to mill him 2 turns earlier. When I started talking about it instead of trying to wait till the last possible minute. Because now I'm just dead to the table. Yeah, I knew it was going to come down to a millstone. Like 2 turns before I started trying it. Oh well. We live, we learn. That's a pretty bad play mistake. Thank you again for all the new followers, and there's a link to my Twitter down below if you care at all. This mirror match is miserable. Anyway, so we're playing for a couple treasure chests now. This is a keep. We get a pity chest no matter what. Okay. So we had a pretty good draw this game. Definitely lost the last game because I wasn't a smart enough player. So it's a green mana, it's some kind of a tune. So it's green-black. Ace said can't win this game or match. Let's hope Ace is Rongarini. Do I want any of those cards? I guess I want this one. Put 2 cards in my graveyard. We will not do attacking. May you fall in. Sure. Sneaky, snaky. So we have 3 creatures in our graveyard now. Shouldn't have played my land. That was a mistake. I guess I want this one out of what we're looking at. So we only have 3 creatures in our graveyard now. I'm not going to block this turn because next turn I can play a Gate to the Afterlife if I choose and have looting effect blocks. Probably will play Gate next turn. Oh, hey. We didn't play anything, so that was good. So we're at 3 creatures in our graveyard. Alright. Opponent's taking their sweet time to let me use my ministry. Still just 3 creatures in our graveyard. Well, that's rippy. Alright, well. Next turn we can hit with the strategic planning. If he attacks, we can block. We can loot. Thank you again for all of the follows tonight. I appreciate it. There's a link down below to my Twitter. Every time I go live and all my deck lists are posted on my Twitter. You guys should be active. You should chat with the Ray. The Ray's a good guy. I'm the Ray, by the way. I'm also not a good guy. So what's going on here? Please don't be a Manglehorn, sir. Uh-oh, 69 people watching. That's a number for sex. Ah. Yeah, I'm being childish. It's like 6:30 a.m. here. I'm pretty tired, so. Which reminds me, I should go ahead and post my YouTube video from yesterday. Sushi is back. Oh yeah. Hello, Matt Sharp. I've never ate sushi. That's an aggressive attack. Why, yes. Yes, I would like to loot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in my graveyard? Alright. 5 can go to my graveyard. Do you know what number represents the friend zone? Rip. El Friend Zonerini. What of these do I want to come to my hand? I guess I want this one to my hand. Well, yes. We'll take the one from our graveyard, or deck, rather, not graveyard. I guess I'll take the Mausoleum Wanderer. It attacks for 4. Now I'm going to take the Inquiry so I can get the energy to mill myself. And we will attack for 4. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I was posting my YouTube video from yesterday. This deck's pretty fun. I don't know how good it is. I don't know how many times I've said that tonight, that this deck is fun, but I don't know how good it is. I feel like I've said it a lot. It's certainly not bad. I'm not going to block. I'm willing just to take a pounding. Little Lone Tusk Cabarini. Alright, so we'll mill ourselves. Untap, upkeep, draw. We'll mill ourselves. See what we hit. Oh, we hit a Champion of Wits. Alright, well. We will refurbish this thing. I will always love you. We'll start with getting the Champion of Wits, or we'll start with getting the Champion of Wits back. Actually, I'm going to start with the Angel of Invention so that he can't kill things with a Grasp of Darkness. Plus 1/1 counters. Then we'll get a Champion of Wits back, and we can mill 5 cards now. Yes. More things to our graveyard. You can go to my graveyard. You can go. Okay, they conceded it. They're done. We were attacking for 16 and they were having to chump block. So, this deck does some ridiculous things at times. Some ridiculous things at times. Yeah. Uploading yesterday's Mono Red videos. Okay, I don't think Void Winnowers for this match. Decking Stones are okay in this match. Fragmentize doesn't do a lot. Crook doesn't do a lot. Dispel doesn't do a lot. This has been one of my worst streams, I think, because this deck that I'm playing kind of confuses me. And I'm not playing it particularly well. Yeah. Yeah, when you get the second one of those things on board, it's like bazam. I guess the Wanderers aren't good here. They're not good versus Liliana, and they're not good versus I think that card's good enough too. Any random flyer that gains me life's good. They're not good versus Liliana, and they're not good versus Walking Ballista. Random X1s just ain't great, unless it's the best X1 in Standard. The best. The best of the rest. The rest of the best. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be with you, yeah. I don't know. I didn't build the deck, but my best impression is it's for Ulamog. It's for the ramp decks, I'm imagining. It also might come in versus... It may also come in versus Gearhulk decks, but I doubt it. This hand's pretty solid. the game goes late, we can just hardcast this. We have the little dude that could. Beating like a disco drum. But yeah, I think it's mostly for ramp. I think it's mostly for ramp, but I'm not sure. I got a feeling he's going to kill this guy this game. He did not kill this guy. He just played a lone tusk cub. Or a walking ballista. Well. Alright. Yes, the Zendikar. They're not too shabby. I guess we'll take the Champion of Wits. If he played the Walking Ballista on 2, there's a good chance he has Rishkana. I was thinking that there was a good chance that... Wait. Is he just going to attack? So he's going to waste a spell to kill that. You know, I'm fine with that. I will call this bluff, because if nothing else, it might make your turn bad. Yeah. Expected that. Wasn't really super concerned about that, though. Yes. Okay, we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of... We already have an angel in our graveyard, so we'll keep the one in our hand just in case. Alright, we'll get rid of that and that. So in my graveyard now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. He's mana screwed, 2 lands. We'll snap block. This is the 5th creature going to my graveyard. Sure. I'm going to assume since our opponent's mana screwed that we probably get a concession out of this. But I won't swear to it. And we're going to buy the Champion of Wits back just in case. So we can do more melee type thingies. I'm going to put 1 gate in the graveyard and 1 of this in the graveyard. Well, it's a good chance that we're drawing 8... it's a good chance we're getting ready to open 8 treasure chests. Turn 4, God-Pharaoh gift does some work. And if he has the answer to the God-Pharaoh's gift, we have just Angel of Invention out of our hand. Yeah, and on top of that, like I want them in my graveyard anyway, in case like he has a Transgress or like maybe a Millstone effect to turn my gates into things. Anyway, so this is 7-3 with this deck. And it's extremely hard to play. I feel like I made misplays in every single game that my opponents weren't mana screwed. Like, I literally think that I made a misplay in every single game of both leagues that my opponents interacted with me at all. I can't say that about mini decks. Anyway, so that's probably going to be it for me tonight, but we're going to open a treasure chest because YOLO. So we got bulk out of the first one, so that's minus about 2.3. We got bulk out of the second one. That's worth like 86 cents, but I'm not going to sell it, so I'm just going to call that minus 2.6. Or 4.6. More bulk, so we're minus around 7. What What do we got here? More books, so about 9 and change. Never even heard of that card. More bulk. Bygone Bishop might be worth like 50 cents or something. Alright, well, it looks like we're getting pretty wrecked on these. They're worth about 2.3 each, so anytime you open a bunch of them like this, they're worth roughly about 18.5 for 8. That's like loose math, so like looks like we're getting baffed for about all of it this time, but we got the pluses, we got the 60 play points, so it's not terrible. So what do we got? Yep, all 9 treasure chests we opened tonight, pure bulk. But anyway, sorry that I had to interrupt my stream and then come back. There was a storm, so I had to log out. But anyway, so yeah, this was the second league we played tonight. I'm going to log off now, probably go watch the Grand Prix Top 8, maybe some of the SCG. This deck's pretty fun. I don't know how good it is. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any... Well, I guess I should pop this up if I'm talking about the deck. Don't know if I'm going to make any changes. I'll probably try to fix something for the mirror, but there's a good chance that when I log on tomorrow and stream, that I'm going to stream with this deck again. Anyway, so I'm going to look and see if there's anybody worth hosting. There's this one dude playing Blue-White Monument, but like, I didn't like his music. Seemed like a pretty nice guy though. Who's this guy? This guy's streaming Draft. Nobody wants to watch Draft. There's just not that many people streaming right now. Maybe I should keep streaming since there's nobody else on. Maybe I should keep streaming since there's nobody else on. We'll stream this guy again. But anyway, thanks again. Thanks for following, everybody. I'm sorry that I don't have alerts and stuff up. To be quite honest, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to do it. But thanks for all the followers. Follow my Twitter if you want to see anytime I go live or whatever. So let's host this guy with the bad music because he's actually playing standard. And bad music, by the way, is subjective. Just because I don't like this style of music doesn't mean you guys don't. Anyway, I'm babbling now and nobody cares. And I typed the host command wrong. Well, you guys can see how stupid I am right now. Figured it out, fam. And we out.